Hey everyone, Mr. Beal here. Just wanted to get you familiar with INCREDIBOX.com. So here I am on Google. I'm just going to type in www.incredibox.com. Hit enter, and here's what will pop up. I call these guys the dudes, and I'll be referring to them as the dudes from this point on. So you're going to scroll down and click on Try Web Version. When you get there, there'll be some commercials, there's some ads. It's a free website. It takes a minute to load. It's kind of a pretty powerful website. You'll see that there's 7 versions here that you could use. Well, actually, that's not true, because these 3 versions are only available on mobile devices. So you'll be choosing one of these 4. For starters, I'm going to go with Sunrise for mine. And when you click on that, give it a second to load, and you'll see the progress bar down here. And then once the play button appears, this triangle, just go ahead and click on it. Now, the dudes all pop up, but they're not wearing their musical shirts and hats, as I call them. So each of these icons down here can be dragged on top of one of these dudes, and let's see what happens. You'll notice it's kind of funny that they follow you with their eyes, and they're wondering, is it going to be me? Is it going to be me? Let's put another one in there. How about this one? Now, you'll notice this one didn't start yet, because you have to wait until the timer up here gets all the way back to what I would call 12 o'clock, or the beginning of the sound. So let's see what happens when we add some other ones. Let's add a blue, a red, and another blue. So now you'll notice, but just by dragging those sounds there, I now have 5 sounds happening at once. Now you can keep going and fill up all 7 of these sounds. Of course, they didn't start yet until the timer gets to here. So, once you've started experimenting with it like that, the next thing to do is to figure out where to go from here. Well, for starters, you'll notice when I'm hovering my mouse over some of these dudes, you'll notice these 3 buttons appear. So there's 2 ways you can do this. You can either click on these buttons, or do what I like to do, which is just click right on the dude themselves. So this first button is the mute button. If you click on that, it'll turn someone off. Now, if you click it again, they come back on. Now, a quicker way to do it, in my opinion, is just to click right on the dude. One click, and it turns them right off. And you can kind of play around with different combinations of sounds, and then to turn them back on, you just click them again. Click, click. Now, let's pretend you would like to do a solo, which would be one person at a time. Click on the headphones. Let's solo this person. Now, another way to do that, instead of clicking on the headphone icon, you could, oh, and by the way, by clicking the solo button again, it'll make everybody come back. You could unsolo them, I guess you could say. Now, another quick way to do it, instead of trying to hover over the headphones, you could just do a click on one of these dudes, and instead of letting go, hold the click down, and you'll get this. So right now I'm actually holding down the left click. When I let go, here's what happens. So anyway, and then if you've decided that there's a sound you don't like, there is no shortcut for that. You just have to click on the X down here, and then they disappear. Now, one thing that might drive you crazy, but if you spend enough time on it, you will be able to figure it out. You might notice up here that every time, well, not every time, but when you put a sound on, this little thing up here, one of the colors will appear. So check this out. When I put this up here, nothing pops up. I'm going to put that one back. Let's try this one. Okay. So you'll see that a green icon just appeared there. If you can fill up this whole circle with the right combination of sounds, this actually unlocks a bonus video that includes animation of these dudes doing various cool things. So let's see, let's find one more, just to give you an example. If it doesn't work, try again, trial and error. Nope, not that one. I think this one does though. Aha, so now we've got 2. And so I think it's 3 more to go, and once you figure out what those 3 are, you'll click on it and the bonus video will appear. Okay, that is it for today's first lesson. Oh, and by the way, if you want to keep experimenting, you can always hit the pause button here. If you click over here on these lines, you can go back to the previous screen. Let's see, what's this right here? Oh, my mistake. You can do it an even quicker way than that. Let me just do that again to show you what I just did. Oh, hold on, click over here. So if you're on that screen and you decide you would like to go to a different set of sounds, you click on those 3 lines, and this one here will help you switch versions. And if you click on that, you could easily switch to another one, like maybe Little Miss, which is another group of sounds. Give that a second to load, and then you'll find the triangle down here once it's done loading, and you can check out those sounds. So sometimes it's going a little slow, so just wait for it. Your laptop may be grumpy or not agreeing with you, but once it finishes loading, it should be good to go without interruption after that. So there you go, finish loading, and obviously things look a little different here. They're not color-coded in this version. Same thing, drag, drop, and you get different sounds. In the next lesson, we'll talk about how you can come up with a more specific plan and even record your mix and share it with people. That's all for today. Happy mixing.